Hey everyone, welcome back. We are doing a review of the 2.3 tier list for Honkai Star Rail. I'm joined by my co-host, or the person that I love doing tier lists with, Loki Harbor. Loki, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Lucky Harbor and on all social media, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all that. But I am excited for this tier list, bro. There's a couple things I'm excited to go over. But yeah, I'm
Yes,
happy
sir.
to be here.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So the way we're going to do this tier list, we're going to do it a little bit differently from how we normally do it. Instead of going through damage dealers, specialists, amplifiers down the line, we're actually going to go through tier 0, tier 0.5, and then so on. So tier 0, Loki, what are your thoughts about tier 0 so far?
Tier 0, well, first off, if we're going from right to left, we have Acheron. That's not going to change for a while. She's insane. Everyone knows how ridiculous Acheron is. We talk about it all the time. But moving on from that.
Yes. Firefly, let's go.
The newest in T0 in the specialist class. Let's go over what the specialist class says. Characters that excel under specific circumstances, carrying a unique role that often requires a different and divergent play style, aka the Queen of Break effect. Firefly is new to the T0 tier, and she deserves it.
100%. I think that Firefly she exceeded my expectations. I think Firefly might be the first character that has been that I've played that has been under invested into and has performed over what I thought she would perform being under invested. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm testing her now in the next beta, if that makes sense, because she's still on that account. But she's really good. The only argument I would see I could see people could make would be she needs like a very specific team. Have you tried her outside of Ron or outside of Harmony MC teams?
No, I've not. I think the only character that I've swapped out for in her probably her most popular team comp, which is her, Ron May, Harmony MC, and Gallagher, is I swapped out Aventurine for Gallagher for like more sustain. Doing what is it, Golden Gears? But other than that, I mean, no, I haven't. I know people have run like Branya and stuff like that, but I just run the standard team comp, and she absolutely destroys everything in the game.
Yeah, I mean, being able to constantly like give fire weakness to everything on the field is so invaluable. That's insane.
Yeah.
And then if you couple her with the next character we're going to be talking about with Rod May, she becomes even more insane. Is there anything else you want to say about Firefly before we move on?
Yeah, I mean, her like you said, her being able to implant a fire weakness is just so invaluable. It kind of feels like the mono quantum team of you can just implant a weakness and she just works insanely well. So I mean, yeah, she's a very strong character. I really like her.
So moving on, we have
Ron
May in the T0 tier over Robin. Hey, I told y'all. I told y'all I was right. I had that one guy argue with me in the I didn't get one guy, but like, listen, I had that guy argue with me in the comment section. Like, Robin's better. Like, no. Ron May is insane. And if you do not if you're still debating whether to pick this character up now, like, now's your chance. If you don't have this character, pick up Ron May, especially if you want to pick up Firefly. Definitely pick up both, because they are incredible together.
Yes, I know. I actually, the other day I was streaming and I had a few people in the comments, like, we were talking about Ron May's value, and I was like, she's so strong, but she's also so universal. She only doesn't really fit in one team, which is Imbibed or Lune teams, but she can basically fit in every single team. And she's insanely strong. The break, she can almost work as a pseudo sustain character. Her value is like very high. I was telling people, I said, if you want to pick up two solid Harmony support characters, Ron May is definitely one, and in my opinion, Robin is the second one. I just think that they are so universal, and especially Ron May. I mean, she is, in my opinion, just a slight bit better than Robin, but
Yep.
she's still the GOAT of the game. I mean, she's been busted for what, 6 months, and she hasn't gone down.
Yeah, I mean, I see her being there for quite some time.
Yeah.
Especially through 2.4, but yeah, like we just break efficiency, all type res pin on the ult. It's just, I
Yep.
mean, we say it every tier list. She's so good. And I'm happy she's getting the recognition that she deserves.
Yeah. I'm the only one that should be getting praised by the honkaistarrail community.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The sustained tier list. I've been feeling this for the longest time, and I'm glad that they made this change. I actually think that Aventurine is an insanely good sustainer.
Yeah.
Like, what he does is just invaluable. Like, the fact that you can just straight up mitigate damage is busted. Like, yeah, sure, Fushuan can reduce the amount of damage that you take, but completely nullifying damage is something completely different. Plus the effect res, yeah, I think Aventurine is deserving to be in the sustain category by himself. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. And if you're running him in his in the team that he want, like he can fit in many different teams, but if you want to run him in the team that he's meant for, the follow-up attack team, your shields will never break because you're going to constantly pop follow-up attacks.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you know there's another character coming in 2.4 that's gonna even make him even stronger potentially.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This character's nuts.
Yeah.
I completely agree that he's above and beyond. Like he goes above and beyond the other sustainers.
And even like with a character like Jade coming out who does like follow-ups and stuff like
True.
that, I think that he's like the premier like sustainer for all fall attack teams. Like I feel like he feels similar to when Ruan Mei first came out, how we talked about like, I wish I just had 2 Ruan Meis. I wish I almost had 2 Aventurines so I could like run one fall attack team with Aventurine and then run another fall attack team with Aventurine, because he's just so useful in fall attack teams. Like you were saying, the constant amount of shielding is just super valuable.
And then he also has his own damage, which is very, 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 very good. Especially when you have like pesky enemies that have like, I don't know, like 40,000 HP left or like 7,000 HP left. You can just pick them off with his follow up. So that's nice.
Yeah, he's insane.
And then like moving down to 0.5, we have Danhong and Baiba Lune and Jing Liu. Nothing's changed there. They're still really good pickups. They're very good units if you have those on your account. Imaginary weakness, ice weakness, they're still gonna perform. And this is all MOC, by the way. But yeah,
I would agree as well. I think, man, the thing is really hard, which I was playing on my main account today because I wanted to just see the difference between like Acheron versus like Imbibitor Lune and Jing Liu. And I mean, in tier 0.5, they still belong there because they are really strong. Like I have Jing Liu's signature light cone, but I just think that like when I look at Firefly and Acheron, they really truly are, as far as for damage potential, just a massive step up in their damage. Like Imbibitor Lune and Jing Liu are very strong. Like I have Sparkle to go with E2 Imbibitor Lune, and still Acheron feels a lot stronger. I think that like these characters, if you own them, they're solid characters, especially Jing Liu. I honestly, I would almost say that she's better than Don Hung, because I think that she just deals a significant amount more damage.
Then Danhong at E0 without signature light cone. I mean, I actually have Danhong at E0 without signature light cone, and I have her signature light cone.
Well, and here's the thing, right? Is I feel like my Jing Liu, even at E0 S1, does more damage than an E2 Don Hung without his signature light cone, which kind of speaks to how strong she is. Like, I honestly think that you could put. It's hard because I don't think Ratio is in the same power level as Imbibitor Lune, but I think Imbibitor Lune is a little bit weaker than Jing Liu. How do you feel about that? I feel like it's a hot take, but I feel like he's a little bit weaker.
I mean, like, if we're talking like damage over the course of a cycle, then it's probably closer to it being even because she's not always in the enhanced state.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the teams you run too, but yeah, I mean, I think they're fine where they are. I think they're very strong, but yeah. Jingliu does feel a teeny bit more powerful. Okay, the specialist class. How do you feel about these characters? Because it's very interesting.
Yeah, we talked about it last time. Black Swan and Kafka, they definitely have to be in the same tier. They work so well together, so it's cool that they're in the same tier. I completely agree. Kafka's probably gonna stay here for a while as we get more like dot characters because she's just such a good enabler. But the newest character in the T0.5, we have Boot Hill here.
Boot Hill.
Yeah, Boot
Hill's cool.
Boot Hill's cool. He's really good, right? Like everyone was saying, like Firefly power creeps Boot Hill, but which is why I was hoping that they would have a Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, and then Apocalyptic Shadow tier list because in Apocalyptic Shadow, he's probably going to be T0 because once you break that enemy or once you break that boss in Apocalyptic Shadow, they're dead. That's the end of the fight. if you have enough break effects and you're building and you're using him in the right teams, that's the end of the fight. You win. GG.
Yeah, well, and the thing too is that I don't know if I was watching a Gotcha Smack video or someone else, but they were saying like if you look at Boot Hill's damage, he does similar damage to Firefly but in single target, which is actually insane.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, wow, that is very true. Like the runs that I've seen of Boot Hill, like when he cracks the shield and he's doing the super breaks and stuff like that, bro's hitting for like at least 500,000. And I'm like, dude, Firefly is hitting that on multi-target and he's doing that with a single target. I think like as far as for Pure Fiction, or sorry, Apocalyptic Shadow, he's gonna be tier 0.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Insane.
Yeah, and then he's in 0.5 for MOC, so he's definitely really good. He's
a very strong character in my opinion. He's very he's very fun too. Like I love his playstyle.
Yeah, he's extremely fun. I've been having a lot of fun playing him. Then moving on to the amplifiers in T0.5, we have Robin, Sparkle, and the newest Harmony MC at E6 because they gave us a free Eidolon. And E6 is crazy. E6 goes crazy on Harmony MC. So, what do you think about Robin, Sparkle?
I think that I don't know, man. I feel like Robin is a teeny bit better than Sparkle.
Really?
I think that Robin. I look at support characters of how universal they are and how many teams they can fit into. I feel like Sparkle can fit into a lot of teams, but like what Robin does, I just feel like is more valuable to almost every single team.
Yeah, I mean,
she kind of feels like Ron May in the sense that she doesn't really work super well with Imbibed or Lune because she doesn't give back skill points. But like for every other team comp, I feel like she's pretty good. I think she's still under Ron May as far as for universal, but she's like still there. Like the only team comp she doesn't really work in is Break.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, Sparkle not working in Break, but I mean, I guess if you did, you could like just use her just to advance them forward because the advance forward's great. Yeah. And then the SP positive, she essentially makes you SP positive. Like that's like pretty invaluable. So I mean, I think she does deserve to be in the T0.5 tier. Like I could not see her moving down, but I probably wouldn't move Robin up as well because I mean, she does have her own damage added to your damage whenever she's in ult, but again, that's just another character not doing damage on the field. She's kind of locked in that animation. How
do you feel about Harmony Trailblazer?
But Harmony Trailblazer deserves to be here. Harmony Trailblazer is like without Harmony Trailblazer, Firefly moves down, Boot Hill moves down. Yeah, I wouldn't say Firefly moves down too much to like T4 or something, just saying. But she's probably to like T2 or something, maybe, or T1.5. I don't know. Obviously, moves down too far, but Harmony MC is insane. Super Break goes crazy. Super Break is insane. Super Break.
Super break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Harmony MC. I'm super glad that we have like a character that everyone can have access to. And for example, if you have Shui works really well with Harmony MC. I mean, yeah, do you want a Run May on that team with Harmony MC? Yes, but like still, the super break is still insanely valuable. The amount of damage, like I look at characters like Sushang, um, because she's a breaker, she can garner value. Yeah, I just think that there's like a few characters that, because of the super break, Harmony MC like really elevates a lot of characters, which I think is good. I think of like break as kind of like Dendro in Genshin, of that break makes a lot of characters who are kind of like irrelevant or not super good pretty viable because of the super break. So I'm really glad that they introduced a character like that.
Yeah, it's really nice just because like with super break, everyone in your team's doing damage. Like my whole host is basic attacking for like 12k, you know. I'm just like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll take the extra damage. Like, so that's really nice. 100% deserve to be here. I would have been angry if they were still in like T1 or wherever they were before, but yeah, especially at E6 0.5. I completely agree with that. I have no gripes.
The sustain tier list. Ooh, this one's crazy.
Yeah, they moved down Prydwen to 0.5, but I completely agree, especially when you look at the last MOC, the guy with the mohawk that puts dots into your team. He can kill your Prydwen. Because you put so many dots on you, and she's taking all that damage for your team. So yeah,
those dots, dude, they do a lot of damage. They do so much. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
You all like characters like Gallagher and Ho-Ho actually feel like really good against those enemies because of their cleanse, and like whenever your teammate takes a turn or whatever, it just cleanses the dots off of them, which is really nice.
Yeah, and this is again all without signature light cone. So with her signature light cone, maybe she goes up because her signature light cone is very, very good for extra healing. But yeah, I agree with her moving down 100%. Gallagher being being moved up, he deserves it. He's getting put on so many teams. He's on my Boot Hill team. If I do win this 50-50 on Firefly, he's gonna be on that team. Like he's so good. And I don't even have him at E6. I think I have him at like E3. So yeah, hopefully we pick up some more Gallaghers. But yeah, he's with Harmony MC, he's doing like 168k on Super Break.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because he scales off of break effect.
Yeah,
even if you run him with Acheron as well, like because his ult can apply a debuff, and his healing is like really solid. Like
it's solid
when
healing.
When you attack with him and it like heals your whole team, it's just insane.
Yeah, that's what I was doing in the downtime of like waiting from the previous patch to this patch, just leveling up his traces. We're finally working on my Gallagher. But yeah, I completely agree with him being up there. 100%. I'm glad to see him moved up.
Yeah. I think too they fixed his AI where like sometimes your teammates would be low, like half HP, and he wouldn't ult to like heal them back up. I think they fixed his like AI of the character so that he uses ult to heal up your teammates, which is nice. That was like pretty annoying when I used to play with Gallagher.
Yeah, and then on a side note, I heard Boot Hill's Super Break was bugged. It seems like it's okay now. So if that is true, then I tested him yesterday in Apocalyptic Shadow, and he was cracking out crazy Super Break damage. So hopefully that is fixed if that was an issue. But yeah, moving on to Ho-Ho, 100% she deserves to be here.
Yes.
Whenever I don't want to die, I pick up my Ho-Ho. Plus the energy is insane. The attack boost she offers a lot. She has so much value. It's incredible.
Yeah, the energy is like super nice if you get it. Her thing maxed out. It is a lot of energy. Which is great. Yeah,
it's definitely one you want to crown. But yeah, that's it for that tier. Do you want to talk about
my guy Dr. Ratio? Yes. I think Dr. Ratio is fine down here. I don't think he outputs the same amount of damage as far as for like Imbibitor, Lune, and Jingliu, but I mean, this is without signature light cone, so
Yeah,
I
without
mean,
signature
I
light
would
cone.
be surprised where they put him with a signature light cone.
Yeah. Yeah, because his signature light cone, I think it ignores defense, right? It's like it
Yeah,
ignores a
it's like
percentage of their
20%
defense.
or something like that. Insane.
Yeah, and ignore defense goes crazy in this game with the scaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of pains me that they don't include signature light cones
I
because
would like
like
to
I
see a
think a
tier
lot of
list.
these characters would be a lot better. Like I think like Topaz would probably be in like tier 0.5.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
Ratio would be in tier 0.5. Like Topaz's light cone is game changing. Like I tried sword play versus her light cone and I was like was with Ratio and I was like her light cone's way too good.
Yeah, her light cone's so good with ratio just because it's giving you another debuff so you can reach that
Yep.
100% for the follow-up attack. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
almost feels necessary. So I'm glad I was able to win the 75-25 on that. But
There we go.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, so without signature light cone, I would probably agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with this. There's nothing too crazy about it. And then
Okay, this one, Ting Yun.
yeah.
I did not think they're gonna put her above Bronya,
Yeah.
which is
I think she was above Bronny in the last one, right?
when
It's
Blue Hill
funny
came
that
out.
Bronya's in 1.5. That's hilarious. That like Bronya has fallen so far. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Holy. Yeah, I mean, at E6 though, at E6, you can put DDD on her. She just offers so much value. The huge
Yeah.
attack boost. At E6, she's also increasing your character's speed with her skill, and then also
Yeah.
giving you energy, like a ton of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, if you run Von Quack, you can get like you. Yeah. Ting Yun is like, she is very very good. I think her value is extremely high. Like, if you're not building Ting Yun, you need to build her. He's
oh,
super
100%,
strong.
100%. Wolcha being in the sustain tier in T1, he has moved down. It's funny that we have Gallagher above him, but he still has his uses. He's just SP positive, free healing, free healthcare. We'll take that. I haven't used my Wolcha in a very long time. I'm going to be honest though, because I do have the three above him. So
Oh, you have.
haven't
You
really
have
had.
Foho.
Yeah,
You
Gallagher
have Fushuan?
and Fushuan, yeah. So
Yeah.
I haven't touched my Gallagher in a minute, but he's still a really decent like pickup. If you have him on your account, and you don't have
It'll just
Holquo,
keep your team alive.
yeah, he will fulfill that, and he can also strip
Yeah.
a buff from the enemy with his ult, I believe.
It'd be kind of. I hope they like reintroduce that where like enemies buff themselves because I think Locho would probably move up to like 0.5 with his ult.
You know what? I wish the like what the monkey does in like MOC where he makes himself not take
Invulnerable?
any toughness damage. I wish that
Yeah.
that was removable because then he would move up. A lot of characters can
Oh
move
yeah,
up. Payne
Oh,
would
yeah.
move up. Like yeah, that'd be nuts.
true. Oh my god, yeah, Pela and Locho would be like definitely going up a tier.
Yeah.
Okay, tier 1.5. I have some stuff to say about amplifiers, but go ahead. What do we think about damage dealers in this spot?
Yeah, so we have Clara at E0, not signature light cone, but there are a ton of destruction light cones she can use. Jin Yuan, our general, is down here as well. I don't know if I agree with. Do I agree with that? I don't know. 1.5. It's just interesting to see him under or above Blade. When Blade, I feel like Blade and Jade are going to be insane. Blade and Jade are going to be really good together. And I definitely see
That's
Blade
gonna be a fun
moving
comp.
up. Not to get too far ahead, but QQ being SP minus at E6, she's really good. I was a QQ main for a while, and then Zila here as well at E0, non-signature light cone.
Do you think Zila is like close to tier 1 though, like with ratio?
Yeah.
I feel like do you think she's better than QQ?
Yeah, especially if you're running her with like Sparkle or something.
So like in the mono quantum team, do you think that like if you take mono quantum Zila versus mono quantum QQ, which one do you think is better?
Oh, I would take Zila like every time.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I feel like Zila's kind of low, like tier 1.5. I feel like she's kind of better than Genuine.
Yeah.
I think if as long as you have the good team comp, like because the problem with Genuine is like if he gets CC'd, it's over. Like it doesn't matter. It's like he loses all of his damage. And I'm pretty sure his Lightning Lord can only go what? How many times in a cycle?
Yeah,
Like
it's like
twice
90
at
base
most.
speed or something. It's pretty slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also it's non-signature light cone, which means no 5-star light cone. So if we're talking QQ with the Genuine light cone, yeah, I would choose her over Zila because that light cone's cracked. It's a stat stick. It's like top
Yeah.
4 light cones in the game. But
Yeah.
Zila just being able to pump out so much damage and just advance yourself forward while also, you know, if you speed tune correctly, you can have Sparkle manipulate that and give her even more turns. She provides a little bit more value than QQ, so I would move her up, but it's my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Clara is fine. I think Clara's like, I'm surprised how strong. Like Clara's like one of the few like standard 5-star DPS outside. Well, standard 5-star characters outside of Bronya that's like still like pretty meta, which is kind of crazy. Like if you look at, well, you got Japard and Bailu, but in my opinion, I think Clara's still better than they are. Like I think her for her to stay up in like this, you know, still meta characters tier is pretty impressive compared to like Welt and Himeko and Yang Qing and stuff like that. You know, she's withstood the test of time. I mean, I think things in the future will change, but
yeah,
who
probably.
knows?
Yeah, probably. There's some shenanigans you can do with her and Jade. And that's at E0. I have Clara at E2, which is significantly better than E0. So I'd probably agree with that for sure. But moving left to right, we can finally talk about Bronya being down here at 1.5. It's just weird seeing her down here because she was like cream of the crop. But it's obviously going to happen. It's a gacha game. She's going to move down. She's a standard character. She's still really, really good. And this is at E0 without her signature light cone. And she becomes a bit better at E1. I do have her at E1. You just get a skill point back, 50% chance. But yeah, do I agree? I would probably put Ting Yun above her, but I wouldn't move Ting Yun to 0.5. So like they have to put her somewhere. So I guess I would agree with that.
Yeah. How do you feel about Pela and Silverwolf?
So Pela and Silverwolf are in the same tier. I think Silverwolf, they had Silverwolf above Pela for the longest time.
Which was insane.
Yeah. It's at E0, not non-signature light cone, although I guess it doesn't include the event light cone either, which is probably her best in slot. Just for the energy. But
yeah,
like I have E1 Silverwolf, which is night and day difference. It's like you get your ult back so fast. It's like guaranteed 2-turn ult. That I would move above Pela for sure. I wish
absolutely.
I know she was an early character, but I wish Silverwolf had a bigger debuff. Instead of it being 45%, I wish it was like 60% or something, and then she would have more value than Pela. But yeah. At E0, I hate to see it because I love Silverwolf, but I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I know the E1 Silverwolf is correct, but it's like if you look at Pela, you can use Resolution Shines. I mean, you can always consistently apply debuffs, and like her energy needs, like it doesn't really matter as long as you build her properly. Like you'll have her ult in like 3 turns or like 2 skill and a basic. Like I just think until we get more characters that are until we get a character that's similar to her that does what she does as a 5-star character, I think Pela will still be a solid character.
Yo, is that foreshadowing? Does that
foreshadowing?
Is that person a fox?
I even think that even if we do get a character like that, I still think that she's still going to be really good.
Yeah, maybe they'll be from the
because the defense as well. Down is insane.
Maybe, man. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll
The
see.
defense down's
We'll
nuts.
see.
We'll see what happens in the future.
You want to talk about the rest of these tiers? I mean, the only change is Himeko
We
moved
could
up.
just, yeah, I don't really want to talk about too much. Let's just talk about, so Himeko moved up in T3. I mean, yeah, I did want to talk about Blade. I guess I agree with Blade being there. It sucks, but I do see him moving up in the next patch, potentially. He will have another team that's going to be really, really good. Himeko, so for MOC, I see why they moved her up, because with the last, I know a lot of people used Himeko against the past, the present, and the eternal show, because they're all Fire Week. Shout out to AJ's tier list, incredible video. Yo, I'm gonna leave that in the description of this video. Great video. Basically, TLDR, most enemies in this game are weak to fire, and with the recent patch, even more weak to fire. So it added like 3 or 4. Himeko moves up as a result. Seeing her next to Argenti is interesting, but I mean, he's you know, if he got his double ult faster, maybe he would move up, but you know, I
think Himeko's like actually pretty strong as well. Like, I used her very, very low investment Himeko, and I just ran a sustainless comp clearing like floor 10 of MOC, and it was just Himeko, Herta, I believe it was Topaz and Ranmei, and I cleared the floor with Himeko, and she's like 56 over 85, and I was like, Himeko does the job. She I don't think she's going above tier 3, but I do think because there are so many Fire Week enemies, she is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. And if you want to know our thoughts on the other characters, just check out the previous tier list that we did, because nothing's really changed. But for Pure Fiction is one thing I did want to talk about. If you want to go over to that real quick. I was in a streamer's chat last night, and they were like offended that Herta was higher than Himeko. I just want to know how you feel about that.
Oh, I think that Herta's insane in Pure Fiction. Like, she's definitely the most busted character in that game mode. Like, Himeko is good, but I mean, as long as you like get enemies down to like 50% 50, HP, she's farming, bro. And the problem with Himeko is you have to crack the shields. Like,
you have to crack the shields. And sorry. And if they're an elite, then she's gonna do her follow up. But with like Herta, you just have to get them below 50%. Even if they're not Ice Week, she's still gonna do her follow up attacks and provide value to the team. And that's what she has over Himeko. Yeah. So I think that Firefly will move up probably as more people try her out in Pure Fiction. I think she'll probably be close to tier 0.5 maybe. I think all these other characters are fine. Future prediction, I think Jade is going to be either tier 0.5 or tier 0. It depends on the enemies in there, but we'll see. I think Jade's going to be pretty solid. I actually think Blade will move up in that. I think agree. Blade will move up into tier 1 with Jade coming out in Pure Fiction. 100%. I 100% agree. And then obviously, like, whenever something's Wind Week, I know we talked about it before. I'm struggling. When something's Wind Week in Pure Fiction, I'm like, oh, what do I run, bro? Do I have to build Sampo? Like, what do I do? Hopefully you run like Black Jade, Swan. Yeah, like if I had Black Swan, I would just run her. But like, hopefully, if I do pick up Jade, depending on how my wishes go on this banner, we do lose the 50-50 and end up picking up Jade, then maybe we can try Blade with Jade, and that'll provide a lot of value for me in Pure Fiction.
Insane. I can't wait to see those team comps. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'm really excited for her.
And then Aventurine's T0 sustain in Pure Fiction. Because he provides his own damage, his own follow-up. So if anything's like imaginary weak, he's just, this man's in T0 in both tiers. He's the only character in the game that's T0 in both tiers. I just realized that, right? Or no, freaking Ranmei, and Ranmei is too, and that's it.
Yeah, Ranmei, yeah. Yeah, Aventurine and Ranmei are the only characters that are in T0 in both tiers.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they add Apocalyptic Shadow soon. If they do, maybe we'll go over that. I'm gonna be playing that today on stream.
Yeah, they've added nothing yet.
So we'll see. Have you tried Apocalyptic Shadow yet?
Yeah, I've done it, and I ran Firefly and my follow-up attack team, like Ratio Topaz Aventurine. And I mean, it's pretty good. I think that the enemies are like not super favorable to like the Ratio Topaz team.
Yeah.
Especially Argenti, but like the Cocolia side, I thought that it was going to be like Cocolia, but a little bit like less of the ads.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Which, you know, for those of you guys who haven't played, I don't want to spoil too much of Apocalyptic Shadow, so you guys can experience it for yourself. But I thought it was going to be a little bit different. But I am curious to see what the future of it is going to be like, because I'm really curious to see what the boss enemies, like if we add Kafka or I'm trying to think who's another boss, the deer. I'm really excited to see what they do for those boss runs. So I'm pretty interested. I hope they change the elemental weakness. So like instead of running the deer and it's like ice, fire, quantum,
yeah.
they change it, and maybe it has like different mechanics where like instead of it spawning like the little plants that give you like the buds, what if it was like it spawned the plants and it just like kept on boosting attack, or it was like healed. So it was like healing, so you had to kill the buds to then kill the deer, and they're all different weaknesses, so then it forced you to play with different characters. I think that would be kind of cool, a cool twist to Apocalyptic Shadow. But
yeah, I think that'd be really cool as well. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the tier lists.
Yeah, same as well. Everyone, again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll link Loki's channel, all of his stuff down in the description. Please go subscribe to his channel. He's so close to 500 subscribers, so
close.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.